It's October 14th. Here's a little harvest update. As we are planting 1240 planter, which have fought this all year pretty well, or well, not all. Been trying to plant wheat since Monday, but anyway, I'll go on with the story. Sunday evening was down in this exact same field here cutting beans we had got done, and I would idle down the combine and left the thresher running, and had idled it down to 3/4 throttle or so, and hired man and my uncle both said, hey, something's making a noise, and we got out and looked, and there's a what I'll call a deflector, kind of to take stuff off the sieve and kind of drops it into the spreaders. I mean, that's however you want to call it, or funnel, I guess I'll say better. It was smacking the sieves. Upon further investigations, the right hand shaker arm was broke on the top side. Never did look any further, found it was broke, and went back home. Sorry for all the beeps here, it's just going to be annoying. It's trying to plant wheat, and yeah, anyway. So I took it back home, called the dealer, said somebody'd be there first thing Monday morning, which this was basically 3:30, so I understand. I mean, it won't be out any longer, which anyway, beside the point, we went on. Got up there, was back to the shop, got to looking, hired man got there, and he found the other side was broken as well, the left-hand side. And then I was greasing the combine, getting it ready for whenever we went back to field, thinking it was going to be a quick, easy deal. My uncle went up Monday and got the parts, or Sunday, and got one crank, and we never checked the other side. He went back over and got the other crank. Mechanic never did show first thing. The store manager showed up at about 9 o'clock, and he in short terms said it needs to go to Casey to be worked on. Never had a mechanic show up, so that's still on my bubble. Very annoying. For a first thing, it never did show. Anyway, but then in the meantime, we had saw on the left-hand side what I call the sieve frame rail, but I guess it's not. It would be the diverter part that where based underneath the sieves, that it basically directs grain to the clean grain or into the return auger. That is what we had found was cracked. So they end up getting it all down there, getting it all yanked out. Not sure the timeline, don't really have any idea, but they went ahead, was going to put all the other cranks back on it, just all new all new shaker shafts back on new, just not even mess with it. Just going to put them all back on new and be done with it. Thinking if anything got any fatigue, anything. Anyway, and apparently that bottom piece is big enough you could not overnight it. So we have not cut a bean since Sunday at 3 o'clock, and here it is Friday, and we have still setting. Talked with the dealer an hour ago. Was told maybe this afternoon it might be done. They had all the frames back in it right now, so the hard part is done to me, I would think. I basically told them if you get it done tonight, I'm coming to get it. And I got told it'd either be done tonight or tomorrow or after tomorrow around noon, which anyway, beside the point, that didn't make any sense to me, but hopefully they stay there and get the damn thing done. Pardon my language, but hopefully be done. But we tried to plant wheat Monday. Had a failing episode, did not work at all, which we had an extra 100 holes drilled in these meters last summer. Never did get to use them due to wet fall, and got to looking. Another dealership guy come out and looked at it and figured out that the extra holes we drilled was being knocked off by a thing in the meter. Never was going to work, so we went ahead and ordered brand new wheat plates again. And basically I'm planting 25 acres, which the last 10 acres of the field there the other day, and I just got to the point and just said screw it and drive. I'm just that fed up with this week right now. It's planted, and didn't think I did too bad on the seeding rates. Got down here, and yeah, we need 35 seeds and 9 in 9.6 inches, and 18 to 24 is all we're getting. And we just basically said the heck with it. We're going to plant it and come back twice. Everything else we're putting on with the airflow with our fertilizer, and not going to mess with it. Just going to get this done. So basically we tried to plant wheat all week, failed. Had a little rain shower come through, had 2/10. Been Wednesday, I think it was, but it was kind of rainy, kind of misty there Tuesday as well. But in short, we could have been done cutting beans today. Would have been done cutting beans today, barring no breakdowns, if we had the combine, and had plans to start cutting our milo. Would have been this afternoon, late this afternoon. Was going to get a grain cart and all that, and take one of my trucks over and make sure it was good to go. The guy that was going to help haul it had said yes, that will work for me. I can get a few loads for you and give you a big hand. So as it looks now, if we get the combine back tomorrow, I mean, we'll be cutting. Don't know if the elevator is open on Sunday or not. Have not heard. Have not really needed to know because we're not harvesting beans, but we're going to go around on the way back, bringing the combine back from the dealership. We got a field I'm going to be basically going right by. It's 86 acres and in 2 fields basically. So we are going to stop by there and do it on the way in. And I got 8 acres over towards Marshall. That's all going directly to town. And I got another 28 acres that's on the way to another 90 we got. 52 and a 38, and the other in 2 fields. We got 42 of another farm, but we had to pull out of last week or Saturday because it was too green. So moving around but we're just trying to get all the stuff we know that's got to go to town out. Nearby elevators around us have been getting full. Trains have been another issue, as I'm sure you all know, but they've been doing okay now, they said, but just still trying to get all that stuff in and out of the way. Now there was a chance to rain, I think, in central Illinois today. And I do see a cloud bank, but I mean it's an all bright, sunny sky cloud, I'd call it. Nothing really like a big rain. But who knows? But yep. So look, we got bin room for quite a bit yet too. We hauled a little bit off of our landlords to finish on the semi there Saturday when we didn't have enough. So. Should be a-okay on them. We'll know a lot more here after a bit, or here in a few days. But if we get it back tomorrow, hopefully 4 days from that, we can be done planting or cutting beans. We got a 16 acres angling up that way over there that's been worked down to plant wheat. It will be airflowed. We got 38 acres that will be airflowed as well. They are not cut yet. But so tonight when I get this, or this evening, whatever, we get this done. Got to get all the weed out of the planter and all that, and be done. And we'll probably go park this thing in the shed if we ain't got the combine tonight. We'll just get this thing sucked out and cleaned out and emptied and done with, and take the meters out and give them back to our dealership and say, here, take these back. We don't want them. Both places have had phone calls into a case planter rep. Have not got nothing back, which that another thing is perturbs me. You sell a product and it won't work. I just kind of very frustrated right now with Case. Also on our parts and all that. Should never have broke any of that. I mean, we've had multiple hours, more hours than that on a combine. I mean, ours has got 349 hours and we broke that piece. So that should have never happened. And talked to another dealership as well about it, and the one guy is a mechanic, or used to be a mechanic, and he basically said, heck, I know an 8010 that's got 4,000 hours on it. Now granted that's engine, but he said basically got 3,000 separator. He said never have replaced that ever. He said never have touched it. So like he said, like we've all said, there's a flaw in that one somewhere, I think. But like he said, did the cranks broke and it come down on it and break that? I mean, like he said, don't know. I mean, like he said, that's the thing you're never going to know. But he said, yeah, it just seemed like to me maybe you had. But like he said too, if one crank broke, I'm sure the other crank would break as well, or shaker arm would break as well, being you got that much weight on the one. And that's kind of what I thought too. Once you break one, I mean, if you run it long enough and the way them move and shake about, it's a heck of a lot of movement back in there. So that's where we're standing right now. I mean, I got 8 acres left in this field. We are going to turn around. Supposed to call my uncle when I get done, plant my ends and all that, and let him look in the hopper, and we're going to plant it again as I rate and just speed up and go, because yeah, we just in 9.6 inches we need 35 seeds, and 9.6 inches with a 300 cell disc, and heck, we're 18 to 24. Never have been fully happy with this, but yeah, I've been happier. Never have planted with this tractor though either, but like me and both dealers have both said, I don't think that's the tractor's your problem, and I think to me the holes are way too small in this plate. And you go back in that meter, and I've told the one guy that's been here twice, they've both been here and looked at it, and like he said, one with the 400 cells disc, but still like we said, with the 100 cell disc, with the 300 cell disc, there's still not nowhere near enough wheat on them meters. Case says to run the vac at 16 to 18. I've had it at 16 to 18 with the one guy was here. No improvement, no change whatsoever, no change at all. We opened up the meters thinking there wasn't enough wheat in there. Case said run them at 2. We went down to 3. No change. Couldn't still not get any more, which we always ran 2. I've got back around 32 right now. And it's basically maxed out at 30. If I set it at 36, it keeps flashing its max, which is saying it's max now. But here's something funny. If you watch the rows are way off, but the sections is showing what your seed control is. I mean, I've said that from day one, but I cannot get no planner guy to ever explain why, the reason for that, when we're not counting. I mean, 1,200 seeds in that was to get us 35 seeds in a foot, and we are nowhere near, but according to the section control average, we should be, but we are nowhere near that. So yeah, I mean, I don't make any sense, but it's just been very unhappy with Case IH for not servicing this or standing behind it to show that it's, yeah. Like I said, I'm upping my rate, trying to just keep putting more on. Running 3.5, been running 3. The uncle said kick it up a gear, don't worry about it, we're going to plant more anyway. Just drive, so that is where we're at. So hopefully by this time tomorrow, or hopefully long before, hopefully by noon tomorrow, hopefully by this evening, my combine is back. I'm cutting beans back in my happy place. I'm hoping somewhere in there, I hope. We shall see. I'm hoping it's done this evening. I'll go down and get it. Don't care if it's dark. I'll go get the thing home. I want it home. I want to get cutting. I want to get something done. That's our update of a frustrating week here on the farm. Basically, watched everybody else cut beans the rest of the day Sunday, which we was only going to cut 20 acres. I was only going to cut about 20 more acres there Sunday, so no big deal. But losing basically Monday, and several guys around here was cutting Tuesday morning at 6 in the morning. A few guys even cut Wednesday morning before the better rain came. But yeah, I mean, a lot of guys was cutting by noon yesterday, so yeah. Frustrating parts of farming and ag, but hopefully Case stands behind that piece, which I'm not guaranteeing it, being it's the combine is 2 years old on our farm last week. We harvested about 600 acres of corn, and about 650 acres of corn with it that first year in 2020. Yeah, in 2020. 70 acres of milo and about 100 acres of double crop beans. We'd everything else we'd harvested before we got that. So, and then we basically ran a full year last year through it, and then we're basically 650 acres through it this year, give or take. I mean, just basically say 2,100 acres. That'll be more than that, but we ain't got more than 3,000 acres through that combine, and that's already broke. So, yeah, frustrating part. Who knows? But that's my update. Hope you enjoy and hope your luck's been better than ours.